quiet moment. Things are quiet in my home. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thanksgiving was supposed. Happy Thanksgiving night, everyone. Before I get started, I can't believe how, my Thanksgiving was supposed to be me, my husband, my sister, my nephew, and my sister's boyfriend. And it ended up with my husband, my nephew, my sister, her boyfriend, my other two nieces, and two nephews, which is my husband's family, and a few other of his friends came by, and I'm like, oh my God, I was like so exhausted, I couldn't wait. Everybody finally left out of my house at 8:30, and I was here posting on my community post about I've been cooking, prepping food since yesterday. I was up since 6:30 this morning. Um, Everything in the oven, especially the turkey, because that's the main course. Is it's turkey day, and everybody was just like, everybody came. Hey, Carolyn, happy Thanksgiving night. Yes. So, next thing you know, everybody started commenting, this, that, and the other. Let me tell you, I have to buy more liquor for Christmas because, my house is just going to be quiet for Christmas. And I just told my husband that. I said, if you're going to be quiet for Christmas, he's upstairs still watching the game. I came downstairs because I'm like, I'm tired. That it's draining. It's overwhelming. I mean, for the holiday and everything, I enjoy seeing everybody and I love seeing everybody. I know last Thanksgiving, it was just us. And, it was kind of quiet in the house because of the COVID season. Hey, Carolyn. Yeah, so it was kind of quiet because of the COVID and everything last year. But this year, everybody was running over here. Let me tell you, I did rice and beans, stuffing, collard greens, yams. Hey, Miss Melanie. Yams. I did chicken, of course, bake, fried, and the turkey. And I had, the gravy. Then mac and cheese, collard greens. I did say that before, right? And I did two pies, sweet potato pies, cream cheese, and all that good stuff. Um, I did some potatoes on the side and everything, some sides. I mean, I've really been cooking all day, but thank God that the stragglers, I call the stragglers, the stragglers and everything, they did help, clean up and also came and took some food. So I don't have to cook for the rest of maybe the whole entire week because I had so much food in this house. My house is, as soon as you walk in the door, you just gonna smell food, 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 food. Um, it was nice though. I mean, it was nice, but it's just a lot of cooking, and not only just the cooking, the cleaning. Oh yeah, and I did the cake too because it was my sister's birthday. Her birthday was on the 22nd, so of course I made her a birthday cake from scratch. Okay, I baked the cake for her for scratch, and I told her because when they left and everything, I told her because they was going to visit some more people. So I said, "Dale, you have a cake that you can take and have that for dessert. If bring that as a dessert or whatever to whoever house you go to from here." So of course it was more my husband people left here because they are the stragglers. Okay, those were the stragglers, and they drink up my liquor, right? And they was killing the Crown Royal. All right. They killed the Crown Royal. And I was just so pissed off about that. um, everybody had designated drivers. Nobody left my house drinking and driving. I make that a rule in my home. If you're gonna come here, you must have a designated driver. That's someone who does not really indulge in alcohol to make sure that you don't go out of my home and leave and get into any accidents or whatever because I don't want that on my heart. So, of course, my nephews and that came. One of my nephews, he's not a drinker. He doesn't drink. He don't smoke. He don't do none of that. Okay. So he was the designated driver and they was all riding up in his truck. So thank God for that. You know what I'm saying? Thank God for that. And my nephew and everything, he did the driving with my sister and her, her man and everything. So my nephew did the driving because my nephew, my husband nephew, is the one who brought the straggle. I call them the damn stragglers. Okay, they the stragglers. And of course his sister, she loves to drink, and she was here. So it was his sister and my husband nephews and all of them. And I didn't even think they was going to show up, but they showed out. I ain't even know. And I was like, oh my God, thank God. That's why I say it's always good to prepare a big meal and stuff because I really don't want to do big meals, but I do have a big. My family is big, but my family is the only person I have here is my sister and my nephew who just relocated here from Ohio. They're here and they are out. They were here before, but when my sister came back, she was in Ohio and she came back and they stayed out here with me for a while. And then now they got their own place out in another, county out here where we at. So, um, they moved. She brought her house and everything out there. So they good. But other than that, I didn't. My husband's family is pretty big, so he has a lot of nieces and nephews and great nieces and nephews and stuff like that here, because this is his home state. But I'm from New York, so my family in New York, I was FaceTiming them, and my family in South Carolina. We had our thing going on and everything. Trying to like wish everybody a happy holiday. My phone been blowing up. Text messages and phone calls and things like that. So I'm just glad that everybody is doing good. Everybody is healthy and happy and spiritually well. So that's the blessing right there. That's the blessing in this holiday. I did enjoy the Thanksgiving season. We got to drag the tree out this weekend and get ready to for the holiday for Christmas. But I'm not hosting this Christmas. I'm not gonna do no hosting. I already made that clear to everybody that was here. Please, I'm not gonna host at my house for Christmas. If anything, we probably gonna end up going over out or whatever. But my husband, mom, she's still grieving, the loss of her husband. And so that's why everybody wanted to come run over here. Because she's still grieving her husband. Because usually we over by their place. Because, like I said, my house is quiet on Thanksgiving. It's usually just me and him, and we go over to his people's house. But this year, his mom didn't do no cooking, no nothing, because she's grieving the loss of her husband this past spring. So, gotta give people time to get through that season in their life because the loss of a spouse and somebody you've been with for a very long period of time is not an easy um, journey in your life. And, my heart goes out to her. I spoke with her. She didn't want to come out. She wanted to stay home and just be in a quiet, and it's okay. It was really okay because I don't know, I haven't been through that part of my life yet, but I could imagine what she's feeling right now because they've been so many years together, over 50 something years, so that's a lot of time together, a lot of time together. So may God, give her comfort in this time of her season of grief. And I haven't really been much here on YouTube. I really haven't. And I did see some things about Kels was supposed to had spoke from to Choke No Joke or whatever like that. I saw something like that. And then I also seen I peeked in a little bit and, listened to some of the things that was going on. And I'm just like, right now I'm not, I don't want to get into all of that. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want to get into all of that. I'm just going to just weigh it out see where this is going before I make any comment about it. I really just want to weigh it out. I did post on it when he said something, and I just like left there because I didn't listen through the whole thing. So I just left Happy Thanksgiving, knowing that we both from the same place in New York. I did spend a lot of my childhood growing up in the Bronx, and I went to school, my elementary school, and also my freshman year of high school in the Bronx. But I didn't I venged out a lot. I was back and forth, Brooklyn and the Bronx, Brooklyn and the Bronx. So, because Brooklyn is basically really my hometown. That's where I was born, and my family, my parents, and everything. But then my mother, when she came to New York, that's where she looked. She resided in the Bronx. Then she got married, had her family. We went to Brooklyn, and then we went through a season in our life, and then we were back in the Bronx. We was back and forth. Yes, Carolyn, I had a yeah, I think I had a delicious meal. I had a delicious meal. I did, Miss Melody. I did have a blessed and beautiful day. I did, but it was just overwhelming for me because I've been up since 6:30 in the morning, cooking, 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 cleaning and cooking, cleaning and cooking. You know what I'm saying? Cooking and cleaning, or whatever you want to call it. Because one thing about me, when I get into my cooking, I like to clean as I go. So thank God that, like I said, my husband's family, before they left, everybody cleaned up. We packed all the food away. We got everything out in the refrigerator, in Tupperware, and all that other good stuff. My husband has to get up and go to work in the morning. He does have to work tomorrow. He was given Thanksgiving Day off to be home for the holiday, so that was a good lesson. He was home. He didn't have to work today, but he will have to work tomorrow. So he's resting, watching TV, whatever, sports and all that stuff. Because they was sitting here watching sports anyway, looking at the Cowboys lose, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, it was loud. It was loud. It was crazy. A lot of drinking. My house smelled like alcohol right now. I wasn't drinking too much. I had a glass of wine or something like that, but I didn't do too much drinking. Not me. Uh, I didn't want to, because that would have made me even more tired. So I just wanted to make sure nobody wasn't walking out of my house with anything. You never know. People come and they want to walk out the house with a bottle and all that other stuff. But hey, my alcohol. But I had plenty of alcohol, plenty of that. Yeah. Always keep something here. If somebody need a drink. And I say no. I know there's people that say, well, Christians shouldn't be drinking, but Christian, you believe it or not, they have more liquor than the Lord allow. Okay, we do. We do. So it's just that we don't do it like out in the street, like getting drunk and being, living our life as a drunk. You always have those beverages there. You can have beverages in your house, but you just don't overindulge in it. Because sometimes people come to your house and you need to offer them something, to drink. It says it in the Bible. It says sometimes when a person is going through certain things, sometimes take a strong drink. And sometimes people need a strong drink. There's nothing wrong with it. No, just as long as you ain't been an alcoholic and you recovering, and I wouldn't want to do that to you. I don't want to send you back or have a relapse or anything like that. So I'm very careful about some people offering a drink. I would advise somebody who's been an alcoholic and it's really put them in a bad, cause some situation in their life or whatever, not to drink. But a person who has control over the bottle more than the bottle got control over them, it's okay to have a little drink every now and then. But nobody leaving my house drunk. I'm sorry. I just don't. Mm-mm. I mean, I do watch the bottles, okay? I do watch how much people are indulging in the alcohol when they're in my house. I be like, okay, the limit, you got to wait time out and everything else like that. And I do have coffee, tea, whatever, this, that, and the other. But sometimes I just like say it's better if you driving, you know, maybe have a cup, maybe one or two drinks, and that's it. And weigh it out and then leave. Don't drink until you drunk, and then get in a car and then God forbid anything happen. I would, I don't want that to be on my conscience. So be careful. Drink and be responsible when you drink. Be responsible drinkers. Be careful. That's all I got to say. Because I know during the holidays, that's what people want to do. It's holiday time. They want to let their hair down. They want to get loose, whatever. But if you feel you're going to do a lot of drinking, then you need to stay home. That's all I can say. You just need to stay home and be safe. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to just come in this night just to say happy Thanksgiving evening to you all, and I hope you all had a wonderful, holiday celebrating with your loved ones and with friends. And I just hope and pray that you all are safe and just to come in. Like I said, I wasn't going to speak on some of the notifications that I got. I did look in, peek in some of them, but the one I watched the most today, and we were watching, together, me, my husband, my sister, and her man, and we was listening to Stephanie Mills and the Chaka Khan versus battle. We watched the replay of that. Stephanie Mills was killing it. Oh my God. I couldn't believe that woman is amazing. Her voice, she is the real original queen of R&B. I'm sorry, she is so underrated. That woman is so underrated. I mean, Stephanie Mills was, oh my goodness, that voice. And when she sung that last song, Home, when I think of home. Oh my God, she had me in tears singing that song. Every time she sing that song, it makes me cry. That woman can blow. And I just want to say, I salute you. I salute you, Queen. She is definitely a diva. She's a queen of the R&B. She is definitely these young artists that ain't got nothing on Stephanie Mills when it comes to vocals. Oh my God, those vocals. When that little woman, and she looked great. She looked great. Chucka was looking like she was hating though. I hate to say it. Chaka looked like she was hating. Chaka Khan, she was like trying to cut it off and everything because Stephanie was killing it. Stephanie was killing the show. Well, it wasn't like she was just happy to just be able to just show y'all what to do. We need R&B singers like that back. That's the kind of R&B. Like she said, we definitely did. My husband was like, "Oh, go ahead, step." Everybody was just, "Ooh, Lord," we was enjoying that. But like I said about this R. Kelly thing, I don't know about R. Kelly speaking to nobody from prison. So I'm just gonna weigh this out. You know what I'm saying? I'm really gonna weigh this out. I don't believe that stuff because I don't want to get caught up in that. And then this thing that's going on between Sharon Winbush and Sylvia, I'm like, whoa, 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 Sharon. Um, hey, simply Erica. Yeah, so this stuff that's going on with Sharon and I don't know what to believe. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, where's she getting all these recordings at and how she getting in all this information? And then I peeked in and I heard Sylvia say something about she sent these recordings to try to help Robert Sylvester Kelly. So she was talking to and that conversation seemed a little, suspect to me. I don't know. But from listening to that recording, why would you send this kind of recording to help R. Kelly? I don't get it. And then it's this thing about the marriage being fake and the fake her marriage being fake that she married this man for citizenship. Now, let me tell you something. Now, I was married to a Nigerian and I did it when I was very young. And in the beginning and everything, my family wasn't really sure about it. My family was like, I don't think this man and I told my family like this, like, I'm gonna do it regardless, and I did it anyway because my family was informed about it or whatever like that. So I told my family everything. I'm going to give it some time. My family was like, I was just too young to put myself in that situation, to get married and everything. And I cared about my husband, and my husband also cared about me as well. But as time progressed, like as we went on and everything, we did, you know, truly love each other. And um until some things came about that I knew I wasn't going to be able to stay with him and commit myself to all of that. I just knew that That's why we just gave ourselves some time or whatever, this, that, and the other through the marriage before we started to have a family and stuff. Because I didn't even know if this was really something I really was going to commit to for the rest of my life. And then because of cultural differences. So I know people who have great marriages who marry somebody from other countries, and it was an arranged marriage or whatever they want to call a marriage of helping someone's citizenship or whatever. People do it every day. People from their own culture do it every day. They do the same thing. They get married to for citizenship or whatever, but then it turns out to be a good thing, because then they start to realize they really like each other, and they make them, they have a happy life together. They really have a happy life together. So I don't know. I can't really go with all that, but I'm just saying about what I'm went through this recording and all this stuff with Sylvia's name in it, and her having a conversation with Demetrius. But I know one thing: I ain't sending no damn nudie photos to a man to try to set him up to get him to confess about the being. I don't know. That's the part that I'm kind of confused about. Why would you send this man pictures of your breasts and send it to the attorneys that you doing this so that you can, get this man to confess of him um with R. Kelly? I don't. And isn't that some of the things these women went in his camp to do, was to set R. Kelly up, like playing like they were girlfriends, or lied about their age and everything else like that. I don't know. I can't really get with that story. I'm like I said, before I could go any further with that, I'm gonna have to weigh this thing out. I'm gonna really have to wrestle with it to figure out what is lies, what is truth. Um, because I don't know nothing about sending. If anything, have a conversation and ask questions. But as far as me sending nudies, I'm not sending no nudies to you. I don't even know who you are. I don't know what those weirdos pictures can go. That's the part that is confusing me. You showing your breasts to this man. You got your boobs out, and you giving this man pictures of your breasts, your body parts. Okay. Ain't nobody getting no pictures that I'm meeting because of some R. Kelly stuff. I'm going to go to that point to show you my body parts. I'm not doing that. If I'm working to find the truth, I am going to ask questions. We're going to have a conversation. I'm not going to even tell you all about details about my background of who I am in my marriage or whatever. I just don't get it. I just don't get it, y'all. But like I said, I have to weigh this out. I don't know. This is crazy. This is some crazy, crazy, messy, messy stuff. And this thing about Choke No Joke being able to get have a conversation with R. Kelly, and R. Kelly says something about Zell. Isn't Zell supposed to have been as a Rel? I don't think that man will talk nothing about that female. After that's the girl who went on the stand and said all these things against him or whatever. And then went to this, and then afterwards had a freaking conversation with had a conversation with I mean, did an interview. I'm not saying conversation, but went and did an interview again with Gayle King and switched up everything. So I don't know about this. I don't know about these bloggers here. People are really, putting a lot of confusion around R. Kelly's stuff, and I'm just going to continuously keep R. Kelly in my sincere, 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 sincere prayers, because I don't know about these people. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. The things they saying it just don't sound right. It just don't sound right to me. But God will reveal it in time. So you just gotta be diligent and just watch and wait it out. But anyway, I got to get myself to bed. I'm tired, y'all. But if God's willing, I will try to get back with you all tomorrow. If God's willing, it's Black Friday. I want to hit the stores. I got to hit the stores, y'all. We got to drag the tree up tomorrow night, and we're going to try to get that tree up by Saturday night, whatever. So you all have a blessed, wonderful, and safe Thanksgiving night. And if God's willing, I'll be back with you all tomorrow. Love you now. Peace.